When I was a kid, I had a bit of a speech problem. To this day, I still have a pretty hard time pronunciating some words. In elementary school, in some of your reading classes, you would do something called popcorn. Popcorn is a game where someone starts reading and then they pick another person to read, and then so on and so forth till everything's read or everyone has been chosen. You could never determine which paragraph you were going to read because you never knew who was going to call on you. I used to always try to read the paragraph ahead of what the person was reading, just in case they called on me next. And that made paying attention very difficult. Then when I inevitably got called on, I would always mispronounce a word or I would do a misstep when reading. Sometimes it would even go as far as I would start to stutter a little bit. I usually stumbled through the paragraph while kids laughed at me. It made me feel like a failure and that I was dumb and not capable of reading a simple paragraph. I hated popcorn. Not the delicious food you eat. How could you hate that popcorn? If you do, whoa, guys, whoa. From this experience, I was put off reading altogether. I would go home and I would just sit or I would play with something. I would not read because I equated reading with the fact that I was a failure and could not say words correctly. Occasionally, I would read an Archie comic, which was the only thing I would read outside of school. Then, in about 3rd or 4th grade, I discovered these books. They are The Adventures of the Bailey School Kids. It was these books that actually made me feel better about myself, and that the fact that I was not able to read properly out loud didn't mean I couldn't read however the hell I wanted to in my head. And this is what made me love reading. Love it. Now don't get me wrong, I still had all kinds of anxiety when I would have to read out loud. I still get that way. I fight it and I just go with it, but it's still very difficult. Fun fact, the Bailey School Kids is actually the first fan club I ever joined. I would get toys mailed to me and magazines and a new book every week or other week or something like that. I had a membership card. I thought I was the coolest kid on the block, but no one else. Text message. But no one else in my class read these books. They just weren't interested in them. Losers. Just kidding. My mishaps and my mispronunciations don't really affect me like they did when I was a child. They still make me feel like an idiot sometimes. But then I'm like, I can't help it. I try so hard, and if you're gonna laugh at me or not be my friend because of that, then fine. Fine, guys. Fine. You may think the purpose of this video is an uplifting story on how I got over my speech impediment problems in the real world, but in all actuality, it's a video to ask you guys, have you ever read the Bailey School Kids? Because I have never met anyone else who has read these books, and I want to know that I'm not alone in this world. Please tell me I'm not alone. Am I alone? Ah. Please leave if you have read these books and which ones you have read in the comments. They're like a 4th grade, 3rd grade reading level. They're for young chaps. But I probably would still read them. Childhood. What can you do? I guess all my information will be in the thingy-majigga, in the you know what I mean when I point down here. But do whatever you want to do. Bye. Mummies don't coach softball, but mommies do.